Sportcat's Daily Gazette. Live across Australia on Dare Media Group radio stations. News, weather.
And somehow it all makes sense. Sort of. For more information, go to daremediagroup.com.au.
The boss jock has entered the building. You are listening to the Sportcat Show.
That's right, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages. Yeah, the one, the only shock jock, Sportcat Sportcat is here with you for the next few hours on WRFN. Oh shit, I'm screwing this all up today. WZQR overnight, live in Radio X Australia, Dare Talk Radio, country and oldies, and of course we're live on YouTube, where I encourage everybody to come over and join the chat. We got a great chat here with Chris, Denise, and as Denise says, everybody, please come over to the Sportcat shows. Hit that like, subscribe, shot. Maybe some of you can help me talk today. And hit all the buttons down there. So help us get monetized and spread the good news all over the internet. Let me bring out my beautiful co-host, and well, you can't see
the views, opinions, and satirical content expressed on Sportcat's Daily Gazette are those of the host, Glenn Sportcat Jackson.
That's right.
And do not reflect the views of any affiliated networks, sponsors, or platforms hosting the show. This show is intended for entertainment purposes only.
Yes.
Please note, satire and humor, all commentary, especially on news, sports, and entertainment, is presented in a satirical manner. Statements made on this show should not be taken as factual reporting or professional advice.
That's right. So, Brenda, how
Viva la Sportcat. Sportcat Uberales.
We've got
Viva la Sportcat.
Latino
Go Sportcat. Fans everywhere love the Sportcat.
How are you, Brenda?
Oh, I'm doing okay. The world's blowing up around me, but I'm all right. And you know, there's a way to heal that speech problem of yours. It's called go get laid.
Well, I am in Tennessee if anybody listening wants to help out with that.
So. Yeah, you have too much anxiety built up. That's the problem.
Well, let's do some housekeeping notes real quick. We will not be live tomorrow. Brenda is going to get in four-wheel drive tracks for her wheelchair. And I will be taking Ginger back to the vet for more tests. They want to get some urine this time, so yeah.
Well, hopefully they'll.
They asked me if I wanted to put a cup under, and I was like, no.
Yeah,
Plus, I want to look at her eye again. So
that seems to be your job. Hopefully, they'll have things fixed with internet and stuff by then too.
Yeah. So X is down. There's a lot of internet problems worldwide. In fact, if I was in Atlanta right now, I wouldn't be able to be live with you because AT&T is down in Atlanta. So they're experiencing problems. X is down worldwide, or at least it was as of coming on live. I don't know what it is. I don't know if it's cyber attacks or down in Brenda's part of the woods. There's some things going on that could have something to do with it. You want to tell us about that, Brenda?
Oh, God. Well,
thank you,
Fort Hood's been blowing stuff up, and we have UFOs all over the place, and we have, just testing of weapons. I mean, I live close enough to the base that I should be safe enough,
Should be. Keywords should be. Actually, no. I sent you a story around that area where you live. The government has announced they're testing some top secret, super duper weapon.
Yeah.
Your phones could be short circuited. Your GPS could be short circuited. Planes could totally miss their mark. So you could
fall out of the sky.
Yeah, well, so they're doing some kind of test, and if you dig deep enough, you will find a small maybe it's not even 2-paragraph press release from the FAA and the Pentagon, a joint press release. They finally got their story together that they were, quote, testing some weapons, is why the ground stop was called. So
Postboard Andy over at Kick. No, Sportscat does not come to you. He is not led that way. I will beat you up. Leave my Sportcat alone.
Well, all right then.
Anyways, I think that they're probably going to be testing that same thing they, were playing with out there.
Yeah, they're testing something. And Denise, yeah, and the more I follow this story, and now the sheriff says it could take years to solve the Guthrie case.
To find her?
Well, I don't know. I have a feeling she's in a hole somewhere, but I don't. I think that I initially thought it was pros, but now I'm starting to wonder if maybe the family didn't do it for money.
I think that it is a psyop to keep us busy because there's so much going on that they don't want us to look at. Which,
Yes.
You can't see me, but I have my.
Obama let out a little secret that we weren't supposed to talk about, that aliens, they are real.
Obama is an alien.
He hasn't seen one, so, and no, they're not hidden in Area 51. So
no, Obama, no, they long left there. Obama is an alien. That's his secret.
Well, I didn't go there with this, but there are several videos, if you search around the World Wide Web, that point out reptilians in our government, and some of them kind of even surprised me. Nancy Mace. They said, "Look at her eyes." I don't know.
I think that really right now Nancy Guthrie is somewhere in a nursing home resting comfortably, and this whole thing is just a ruse to keep us busy. Yep, she's under a fake ID. They dyed her hair. Let's go.
What's her the daughter's husband's Epstein ties to the Clintons? So there is that.
Oh
too.
God. I hope they kept her away from
that sheriff is I don't want to say he's sus, but he is pushed the FBI out, which, I'm going to be honest, I've seen this before, especially in Washington, D.C. growing up. They get into this dick measuring contest where one is better than the other one. And so you've got to, let me be in charge. So
now, the way I hear it is the reason why the sheriff sent the stuff off himself was because he sent it to a place that would get it done quicker than what the FBI would have gotten it done. So they say, but
I don't buy that. And let me tell you why I don't buy that. Because when I worked on the hazmat team in Atlanta, we were given an old tool by the FBI for hazmat, and we could take just this tiny little thimble, like a tiny little scoop of any substance, and put it in this analyzer, and it would come back and tell you everything. Chemical composition.
Oh my God. And everybody in your department played with it, didn't they?
Well, we had to for tests. We had to for tests because, you had to know how to use it. So we had to once a month test it. And we would try everything. Like we would take Dawn.
Take this into the bathroom and come out, but don't tell us what you put in it.
We didn't do that.
Right.
We put Dawn, like a little, just not even a teardrop full. And it broke down and told us every chemical in Dawn. And at the end of its analyzation, it come up and said, this is most likely Dawn made by blah, 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 lot number, blah, blah, blah. I mean, you would just be shocked at what it could tell you. And that was, gosh, that was
not eat this.
years ago. And like we took and put, one of the guys was a smoker, and we took a little sample of his Marlboro Light and put it under there, and it found pesticides, it found rat feces, it found tobacco, paper. Yeah, he quit smoking after that. He needed to anyhow. I didn't bother. I was dipping at the time. I didn't put any skull under there.
Yeah, because you didn't want to know.
I didn't want to know. So I'd love to do that with my vape. But yeah, so I don't buy that. The FBI can give you analyzation of something in minutes. So I don't buy that. Plus, there's another thing that I was thinking about. You know, the picture that they put out of the guy with the mask, they could turn that into a 3D photo and then remove the mask. Of course, it would just be human skin, but they could start superimposing hair and eyes and, you know, stuff on it. And the computer can do it quick enough to where it should get a facial recognition. So I don't buy that either. So Chris says, I feel there have been so many breaks in the chain of custody for all they've seen. It's going to be next to impossible to convict anyone. Oh yeah, they've already been saying that. Some guy on TV, some lawyer, he said the first thing I'll do if I get the case is I'm going to tear into the fact that 4 days later you come out and set up a tent, or whatever it is, 4 weeks later, or what? No, it's 3 weeks. Whatever. They come back and they put up this tent, and like after the whole family's walked through, so you got the family's DNA, you've got this, you got that. And yeah, I agree. So it's been mishandled. So
yeah.
Denise says Suzanne knows more than she's telling. Yeah, probably. So, all right, Brenda, what do you say we get into this and start off the daily
Monday? What the fuck day?
What kind of melee or what kind of shit we can come up with? So
I know,
there's a lot of news today, so we'll try and get through some things quick. Oh, actually, there's a lot of news, and then there's not a lot of news.
Oh, if I get booted, I'll come right back in. So just know that.
Yeah, because your internet, I get it. So, all right, if you're listening live on the East Coast, it's 2:13, 14:30, 13 locally. In Denver, let's start in LA first. Like we care. It's 11:14 in LA, Denver 12:14, Chicago 1:14 in the afternoon. And interestingly enough, Chris Pizza is making the headlines. It's political. If you're in Anchorage, it's 10:14 and 9:14 in Honolulu. For our friends down in Australia, Perth, well, it's overnight there for you guys. It's 3-something. Was it 3:14 in the morning there? So I'm glad you're listening. Thank you. Sydney, 6:14 tomorrow in the morning. Get up, go to work. You got shit to do. So, but
Perth,
keep us tuned. So
I would never be able to sing Perth a lullaby. They would never sleep again. Okay.
Yeah, we don't want to do that to our listeners. So
no, we do not.
We're almost at a dark moon. There's only 1% illumination if you go outside and look up, Brenda. So it's almost gone. So
yeah, I don't want to look up around here. I don't know what I might see. So I would just assume just to stay in the house and not look around.
Now, the sun is still running 14 minutes behind. 14 minutes, 2.8 seconds to be exact. So if you're late, look up at the sky and point up and tell your boss, fuck off. It's the sun's fault, not mine. So.
Well, Chris, I'm almost there because the new wheelchair I'm going to go get measured for has got big, huge, air-filled, knobby tires. I'm almost
Chris
there.
asked if Brenda had ever considered getting a new wheelchair with monster truck tires. So, yeah, that would be a good idea. Like one of those swamp buggies.
This one's mid-wheel drive, so it's like the big tires are in the middle, so I can go over potholes. I can go over anything.
Great. All right. What do you want to try? Trivia. Let's see what we got down here. World organizations? No.
God, we would suck at that.
Who and where of Illinois and Indiana colleges? Well, Chris would be willing to win that one.
Yeah.
And I don't know. Let's go back. Let's go to our regular one. What anybody in the chat got a particular topic? Good Lord, if I fall out, Brenda, you know where I'm at. Just make sure they come
I
pick
know.
me up.
I'll send it.
What the hell is
Good thing about it is if I have to call 911, the address shows on the tracker I have on you.
Yeah, there you
That's
go.
awesome.
Well, I do that for a reason because we've had to find you before. So
I know, right? It's probably a good thing you did do that.
yeah,
Nobody would have known for at least a month.
Yeah, I have Brenda on LoJack, so as long as she's got her phone, I know where she's at. So
Yeah.
oh, well, what do you want to try, Brenda? The chat hasn't jumped up and helped us out.
Chris says he always speaks. Ah,
Pick
there I go. It's running
yeah,
off
you've
on
got
me.
it.
Pick sports and TV.
Well, we'll go
Well,
with
no,
TV.
okay, we'll go with TV.
All right. So from there, we got general cast, characters, plots, or specials.
Let's
We've
do
done
specials.
cast.
We've
Okay.
done characters
Okay.
and plots, so some specials.
Oh man, we've got all kind. Have we done The Simpsons? Or we got Miami Vice? We haven't done Miami Vice.
It's been a while since I've seen it, but we can try it.
Yeah, we'll give it a whirl. See what happens.
I mean, unless they ask us something stupid like what was the alligator's name, because that I don't know. Bob?
It was Elvis. It was Elvis.
Oh, was it Elvis?
It was Elvis. Yeah, yeah. Before he was in the Epstein file. So.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're going to talk about that in a minute. Oh my God! First question. What is the name? Brenda is reading minds today. What is the name of Sonny Crockett's pet alligator in the TV series Miami Vice? And Brenda and I have already been joking. We'll pick Elvis to see if we're right. So we are right. Oh, that's funny. Which of these singers had a guest role in the TV series Miami Vice? Is Mayhew a sleazy con artist, as well as adding 2 song tracks to the series? Ooh, well, Sting, Elton John, Bryan Adams, or Phil Collins? I think it's Phil Collins. I'm pretty sure. If they had thrown one of the Eagles, what's his name? Glenn Fry in there, I'd have been torn. So I think it's Phil Collins because I don't remember Bryan Adams, Sting, or Elton John having
Yeah, I think it is. I think you're right.
I think it's Phil Collins. And, you know, Phil Collins has been in the news lately because he's eating 24
is playing a
years.
scumbag, but okay, Phil Collins.
Phil Collins. And we were correct. So there we go.
What is he doing now in the news? He's fucking up.
Phil Collins is he's not on life support, but he's basically in a nursing home. Or I guess that when you got his money, the nursing home comes to you, but he requires 24-hour care. He's had such a rough life, and I mean that because he has given everything to women, and they've all screwed him over. I mean,
dang.
Yeah. So, what was the name of the main detective lieutenant in the TV series? Marty Castile, Lawrence Larry Zito, Stanley Stan Schwittek, or Lou Rodriguez? Ooh,
Well, it's either Zito or Rodriguez.
I was thinking, for some reason it was Lou.
Was it Lou?
I'm not 100% on this, but I think it was Lou. That guy played a good part. He played a really great part. I think it was Lou, but
it started with an L, so you know why not?
Let's see if the chat chimes in. I think it was Lou, but I'm not sure.
Our chat probably has never watched Miami Vice, oddly enough.
Right.
Wait a minute. Somebody says,
Marty.
Butch says Marty.
Okay. All right. Well, Butch, he may be right. Let's try it and see. Oh, he was right. Thank you, Butch. You picked this up there. Chris says, I couldn't watch Miami Vice. Down there were those shoes with no socks. This guy in my gym class did the same to look cool. It stunk so badly, the locker room made me want to vomit.
Oh my God.
Okay.
No shit.
Oh, Miami Vice character Sonny Crockett was famous for wearing what kind of Ray-Ban sunglasses? Wayfarer, Butterfly, Aviator, or Clubmaster?
I think they were aviators.
I believe you are correct with Aviator. So let's go ahead and
I
just.
think he brought
Oh
up.
no, they were
What?
Wayfarer. Whoa!
Wayfarer? They
Wow.
look like aviators. I thought he started the whole thing on aviators.
Butch knew that. We should have waited on Butch.
Oh, okay. But we'll wait for you next time.
Damn it, Butch! You let me down. Who
Fingers
is
gotta be
the
faster.
who is the creator of the TV series Miami Vice? Frank Lupo, Anthony Zerkovich, Glenn Larson, or Michael Mann? Mikey. Yeah, Sleepy Joe did wear the aviators. I forgot.
Oh my God! I was thinking of the wrong idiot.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, so, it was him.
Corn Pop was a bad dude.
Yeah, it was that guy. So,
Maybe he wore aviators.
so
Okay,
Butch
Butch
says
said it was Frank.
we'll go with that. Nope, it was Anthony Yerkovitz. See, I didn't even have a guess. Besides parrots, which bird species can clearly be seen during the opening credits of the TV
Oh, I
series?
know this one. Oh, I know this one.
Pelicans, ducks, or flamingos?
Flamingos. Ooh,
Flamingos.
flamingos.
All right, well, we're gonna go with Brenda's gut feeling here, and Denise says Anthony. Little late, Anthony, or a little late. Denise. Yes, it was flamingos.
Flamingos.
Butch chimed in there. So, which musician had a guest role on the TV series and added his song "Smuggler's Blues" and "You Belong to the City" to its soundtrack? David Bowie, Glenn Frey, Bruce Springsteen, or Jackson Brown? What do you think? Denise, or Brenda, or Butch? What do you think? I think I know the answer, but I'm going to be quiet for a minute. So,
Yeah, Glenn Frey.
yeah,
Oh, wait a minute. Hang on.
yeah,
Chris says
yeah.
Glenn Frey too. So
Yeah, Glenn Frey. He played a smuggler on there and sung "Smuggler's Blues." And "You Belong to the City" is one of my favorite songs of all time. So, Glenn Frey would be the correct answer there. Maybe that TV show had a influence on my life. I really liked it. So, in the TV series Miami Vice, who played the role of Stanley Stan Schwittek? Was it Philip Michael Thomas, Michael Talbot, Edward James Olmos, or John Deal? Who played the role of Stanley Stan Schwittek? Was it Philip Michael Thomas? No, I think that was Crockett, wasn't it? Michael Talbot, I'm not sure. Edward James Olmos, or John Deal? I'm going to wait on Butch to chime on this one. I want to say that, am I wearing? Yes, I am wearing socks, Butch. Thank you for asking. So, but I'm not
wearing one sock. One sock.
That's true. I had a fan message me and tell me they thought you were hot, even with the pictures I'm posting.
Are you trying to pimp me out again, Glenn? You better make some good money this time.
Well, it's like if you've got a nub thing, so
don't sell me short, dude. Don't sell me short.
Yeah, we're not getting half price here. So
Yeah.
Denise says Michael Talbot. Yeah, a fan did seriously ask me. He said, "Is she single? She's kind of hot."
I are.
I was like, "Oh, I'm gonna be."
Well,
nice.
I don't know. Glenn's peed on me a couple times, so
I have not. That was only
this is fine.
fake news. It was fake news. I did not do that. So. I have not. That's funny. We've done shows together for going on 4 years now, and we've never actually physically met. So
that probably would be a very explosive thing. I don't know.
I'd probably run tackling you out of your wheelchair, stripping you naked.
Wait till I get the new one. It won't tip over.
So it'd be like hitting one of those dummies in football practice.
Football practice. Ugh.
Well, you better be wet. I'm coming in hot. Michael Talbot is who
Michael
Denise says.
Talbot. Let's get off of that.
All right, there we go. It was Michael Talbot. So
That's going to kill you and me both.
yeah, she never listens to my shows. So. Chris says, if I logged on and heard people talking wheelchairs and monster truck tires, I'm guessing possible drug use. In the TV series Miami Vice, which of these characters was frequently haunted by his past in Southeast Asia, which he spent as a DEA agent in the Golden Triangle? Ricardo Tubbs, Stanley Stan Switek, Marty Castile, or Lawrence Larry Zito. I think Ricardo was from New York, so I don't think it was him. I think he was NYPD. Man, so was it Stan? I don't know. This is a good question. I don't know the answer to it. Wait on the chat.
What about?
I'm not sure. I'm not sure. It could have been Martin. Well, he says that it was Marty, so we'll go with Butch. Butch seems to know his Miami Vice trivia. So, and Butch is being a great addition to the show today. He's helped us out a lot. Butch, you need to be here every day. So, in the TV series Miami Vice, what was the nickname of the petty criminal and fast talker Moreno, played by Martin Fierro, known for giving Crockett and Tubbs the latest information on the streets? Izzy, Jimmy, Larry, or Barney? Chris says Pamela Anderson had the Golden Triangle in the 90s.
In the 90s.
Yeah, that was before they knew what the razor did down there, so I agree. So, Izzy, Jimmy, Larry, or Barney? I want to say Izzy, and Butch agrees, and well,
okay.
Yes, we're correct. Denise said Izzy as well. So we got a B, which was 8. So we did well. Our chat picked this up. So thank you to the chat. And remember on the chat to hit that thumbs up and like button and whatever. Just hit the buttons. So.
Like, subscribe, share.
Yeah. All right.
Spread
So
the
here we
love,
go.
and then there's this dumbass right here.
This is where we get stupid. You throw away the outside and then you cook the inside. Then you eat the outside and throw away the inside. What is it? What? You throw away
his drug bag, obviously.
the inside. Then you eat the outside and throw away the inside. I was going to say an egg at first, but no, you don't eat the shell. What the hell?
Well, now wait a minute.
Now
wait a minute. Some people eat the whites of the egg, throw away the yellow part.
That's true. But they don't eat. Well, yeah, I guess it's true.
And they
Chris
throw away the outside.
None at all. Good job, Butch and Denise. So, Chris, you're not always there.
Butch says baked potato. Well, there is that.
An ear of corn.
Oh, for shit.
Throw away the outside. Then you cook the inside. Then you eat the outside. Wow, that was so simple.
Then you throw away the inside. Well, it could have been an egg and a potato or what.
Yeah, there you go. Procrastination is a dish best served for tomorrow is today's quote. So, okay. This day in 1978, the first computer bulletin board system. Do you remember that, Brenda?
No, I do not.
PBS is created in Chicago, Illinois. It opened for the public the following year. And it had that modem dial-up sound. It connected 253,341 before it shut down.
I was busy playing with my Legos that year.
Well, you see, here's the deal. That was the best way to get porn back then. BBS systems were the forerunner of the internet. It allowed you to upload, download files, porn, chat, AOL, Instant Messenger. Everybody knows that. Play games with one another. Oh man, I got an email from some company that apparently keeps good files on me, and it said we have remade the game Wolfenstein. And it is now available for, I think it was called Steam, for like $5, and you can play it on your computer. I'm like, oh, holy shit. Do you remember Wolfenstein? It was like one of the first person real shooter games. You played a special operative soldier going into Germany, trying to basically eliminate Hitler, and you had to fight everything from aliens to super soldiers, and it was a pretty decent game. And you were in a maze, so if you went the wrong way, of course you had to kill all these people to get the wrong way. Then you had to find your way back out of the maze, but they dispatched more people to where you were, so you had to fight your way out.
You know,
it was a good game. It was a good game.
The first shooter game I remember was damn Duck Hunt. I don't remember that.
Duck Hunt. This day in 1959, Castro becomes the prime minister of Cuba. Although I don't have a story about it today, Cuba is imploding in, well, it's only a matter of time before we go over there and plant our flag. I think we got a little tiny section of the island. So.
Isn't that Trudeau Senior? Did they say, or Trudeau, however the hell you say his doo-doo name?
Doo-doo. Nylon is patented this day in 1937 by Dr. Wallace Carroll. I don't know. He's French. His first commercial use was in 1938 for toothbrush bristles. So stockings weren't sold until 1939, and that's when.
So wait a minute. So they used it for toothbrush bristles, and then they turned it into things that ladies wear on their legs.
Yes.
Wow.
Yes. And now it's in most of our clothing. So.
Oh, Jesus. No wonder why we're
King Tut in the Mummy's Curse. This day in 1923, King Tut's burial chamber is unsealed by archaeologist Howard Carter. There he found King Tut's sacrifice. I pronounced that wrong. The previous November, several weeks after discovering it, Carter and Lord Carnarvon, who financed the excavation, looked into the tomb, and they died 5 months later due to an infected mosquito bite, leading many to speculate, including Sir Arthur Conan Doyle, the creator of Sherlock Holmes, that the death was caused by the protections created by Tut's priests to guard the tomb. Ooh.
They had some copper pus.
Didn't they move it to like the Smithsonian or somewhere, and they had like a big problem? I mean, there was all kinds.
They should have put it back where it was.
Yeah,
sometimes nature wants to be left alone.
Yeah, why do you just move this around and show it to everybody? So the place is cursed. Yeah, the place is cursed. Good comments, Cedar Lake.
Hi, Cedar Lake.
Uranus.
It's cursed.
Miranda. This day in 1948, Gerald Peter Culper discovers Uranus, the fifth moon. Culper named it Miranda after a Shakespeare character. That's what he's saying, but he was jilted by a girlfriend and named it.
Yeah, I was going to say, I think he had his binoculars and was looking into some other woman's window, and she bent over, and he said, "Oh, that's Uranus."
Yeah, we've all known a Miranda in our life, so there you go. Federal Crop Insurance Corporation is invented in 1938 by U.S. Congress to protect wheat growers against crop losses due to natural causes. And I don't have a story about this today, but over the weekend, the FBI put out a warning to all of our farmers and basically our food supply chain that they could be infected by Chinese viruses, computer viruses. So to be on the lookout. I should have ran the story, but the FBI did put that out. This day in 1878, the Benevolent and Protective Order of the Elks is organized. They chose the elk as their mascot because they wanted a creature of stature indigenous to America. The elk, while a peaceful animal, will rise in defense of its own in the face of a threat. They started it as a social club, and minstrel performers evolved into a nationwide brotherhood dedicated to community service, patriotism, mutual aid. It upholds four pillars: charity, justice, brotherly love, and fidelity. And I was a bartender at one. Or was that a moose? I don't know. It was an Elks, I think.
Elk Club or Moose Club?
I think it was the Elks. I think it was the Elks. I'd have to look. So whatever's in East Tennessee, I bartended there. That's where I learned that you can learn how to make all the fancy drinks you want, but unless you can slop a Jack and Coke or Jim and Coke, yeah, you couldn't do anything. So 1857, and that was back when they had a rule that you could have one drink an hour. So me and Jack Daniels had a love affair for a while. First U.S. school of higher education for the deaf. Oh man, I used to get hit on ladies that were like old. At that time, they were like 50.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ. So I had one.
They were like, "Come here, youngin. Why don't you pour us a drink?"
Yeah, I had one give me a ride one night, and I almost regretted it.
Oh, good God.
First U.S. school of higher education for the deaf. This day in 1857, Congress passed legislation giving the Kendall School a charter as the Columbia Institute for the Education of the Deaf and Dumb and the Blind. Is that where the Who song come from? Now known as Gallaudet University. It was co-founded by U.S. Postmaster General Amos Kendall after he became aware of several deaf and blind children in Washington, D.C. who were not receiving proper care. He had the courts declare the kids to be his wards and donated his home and 2 acres for the school's use. So I wonder if Chris says, I bet she did. I wonder if I had another. Well, I was a bag boy as a middle schooler in Washington D.C. area, and I was taking lady. That's when we used to take the groceries out. They were paper bags to the curb, and you'd help load them into the cars. And lady took me out there and she pinched my ass. She had long nails at the time, and she said she had an itchy cooter. And I looked at her and I was like, Ma'am, I don't know what all the sports cars are. And so I think I totally missed that hint. So
we sell medicine for that on aisle 7.
So I thought she was talking about a sports car. I went in and told my boss, he's like, she did what? She tipped me a 10. So
It's a good thing you didn't turn around and say, well, you could have taken it to the groomers and had it cleaned.
She had an itchy cooter. I'm like, well, I don't know what is that a Mazda? What is that? I don't know what it is. Yeah, so I could, and I found out later in life that they called that, before this was cougars, they called it arping, where the young guys would be like, I just need to get laid and find an old horny woman.
Oh my God.
They called it arping. So,
I can't.
The way my life could have been different if I've had one of these rich older women. So
I've had military guys bring me their virgins before, so I can't say shit. Nothing.
No, well, as long as there was no holes involved, Brenda.
Yeah.
In 1741, Benjamin Franklin's General Magazine, the first issue. It was the second magazine published in the United States. And strangely enough, the crown looks like it has penises on it.
I was going to ask you about that, but I thought it would be nice.
Yeah.
Maybe the person oh my God.
It's
what the hell?
It's a, I don't know. It's a crown that I think it's feathers, but it does have a vein in the center that protrudes at a bulbous end. I'm trying to be descriptive for our radio audience.
Hey, guess what, everybody? It's Monday.
Did you miss us? Oh, Lord. This day in 1682, the Gregorian calendar is adopted by Alsace, part of a French time. Today's date would actually be February 5th. Of what year? I'm so confused.
I'm telling you.
Today would have been February 5th. So I'm already late. Oh, jeez. Today is Sonny Bono's birthday, if you don't know who he is. He was born in 1935. He sang with Cher. And I Got You, Babe, the Sonny and Cher comedy hour. And he was killed when he was skiing downhill and hit a tree.
Yeah, she ate him and threw him down that hill. I don't want to hear it.
She still looks like she's in her 40s.
She's a freaking vampire. That's why.
Hugh Beaumont, the TV actor from Leave It to Beaver. He was Ward. 1910. Do you know what an influence that show had on young men of that generation? I mean, I'm being serious. They're from the 57 to 63, or Leave It to Beaver. Men and women grew up thinking that's the way that it was supposed to be, especially if you come like from me, like from a broken home. So, yeah.
It's kind of a
I think there's a psychological thing called the Ward effect or the Cleaver effect, something like that.
Yeah, Cleaver.
Cher could bite me. Well, she might. Richard Dick J. McDonald, born this day in 1909, American restaurateur. He and his brother Maurice McDonald started McDonald's hamburgers chain in 1940, and he also created the Golden Arches. They were brought out by Ray Kroc in one of their franchises, who then took over the business. Well, that's a story right there. So they introduced Speedy Service in 1948. The mascot was a chef hat on top of a hamburger called Speedy. Yeah, if you ever want to, if you ever took business class, and you had to have read Ray Kroc's book, and he was a shrewd businessman, that's for sure. So I don't. You could love him or hate him. So I don't know. Do you know much about him?
Was he the one who taught McDonald's how to make so many millions of hamburgers and not have enough cows to supply it?
Yeah, he stole it, basically. Edgar Bergen, he was a ventriloquist with Mortimer Snerd, born this day in 1903. Was given a degree of Master of Innuendo. that's a kind of.
I still think he had I think his puppet was just spooky.
Father of the film documentary, Joseph Flattery, American filmmaker, and he was the first documentarian. So back in 1922, Nanook of the North, born this day in 1884. Henry Wilson. Do you know who Henry was?
Nope.
He was the 18th U.S. Vice President under President Ulysses S. Grant.
Oh, well.
He was having an affair with a Confederate spy, Rose O'Neill Greenhow, and was accused of leaking her plans to the Civil War's first major battle in Bull Run. So he's getting a little piece, and she's telling him some info, and he's giving it to the general. So. He died in office, making Thomas W. Ferry the acting vice president.
You know, I could think of more things that I want a man to tell me during sex other than secrets. I mean, what in the hell were they thinking back then?
Sports. So. Barbara Van Beck, born this day in 1629. She was the German hairy woman. She had hypertrichosis, which caused her face and much of her body to be covered by hair. She traveled and became an international celebrity of the day.
Yeah, they put her in the freaking circus.
Yeah. I wonder if anybody did any of her family tree, if there's like descendants alive today.
Well, there's a lot of people that have that same thing. They call it like werewolf disease or something like that. That is still actually around.
Yeah. Yes, Ward was awful hard on the beaver, so.
Oh, God, Chris.
Gonna be awfully rough on the beaver, I'm afraid.
Yeah. Andy Taylor, an English guitarist with Duran Duran, born in 1961 on this day. John McEnroe, born in 1959. He was rated the #1 player in the world 4 times. Good Lord. Lisa Loring, American actress, is best known for her role as Wednesday Addams on The Addams Family, born in 1958. I don't remember her having a name, though, but I remember. She
recently passed away, I think, not that long ago.
23, it says. Ice-T, American rap singer, cop killer, New Jack City, Who's the Man, TV's Law and Order Special Victims Unit. Born in 1958 on this day. His real name is Tracy Lauren Morrow, but we all know him as Ice-T. We hang out together. We're tight. LeVar Burton, born in 1957, American Grammy-winning actor from Roots. He played Kunta Kinte. He also played in Star Trek's Next Generation as Lieutenant LaForge. He also played in Ali. He was Martin Luther King Jr. in Ali. Born on this day in 1954, Margot Hemingway, American actress, supermodel, granddaughter of the writer Ernest Hemingway. She appeared on the covers of Cosmopolitan, Elle, Bazaar, Vogue, and Time. She committed suicide by drug overdose. She was in Call Me Bruce in 1982. She died in 1996. I wonder if she had anything to do with it. Remember her name. We'll see if it's on the list here in a minute. Kim Jong-I, or I-L, I don't know. Korean Supreme Leader, born in 1941. It is claimed that his birth was foretold by a swallow. Well, no, if his mom had swallowed, he wouldn't be here. The appearance of a double rainbow over Mount Paducah, and a new star in the heavens because of him. Okay. His family thinks a lot of him. Rico Browning, and then he shot them all. Born this day in 1930, American actor, underwater cinematographer. He was the creature from the Black Lagoon. 1954, he did the underwater scenes. He played the monster on land. During the filming, he held his breath underwater for up to 4 minutes. Good Lord. A long time. Let's see. Chris says, LeVar Burton is a good name for an NFL linebacker. Sounds like you hit a freight train. Yeah. Patty Andrews, born this day in 1918. She was one of the Andrews sisters. Didn't we... No, she died in 2013. I was going to say, didn't we just have them on a show or something?
Yeah, but it wasn't her. It was one of the other sisters.
One of the others? Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Let's see. Today is President's Day. In case you don't know, we'll touch on that. National Do a Grouch a Favor Day. So anybody that knows me, do me a favor because I'm a grouch. It's National Almond Day. I like almond Hershey's almond bars. Yeah. Let's see what else we got here. It doesn't appear that much is today. Almond Day. Yeah, we talked about that. Argentina Carnival Day. Carnival Monday. Daisy Gatson Bates Day. How the hell does she have a day? Who the hell? That's a federal holiday. Who the hell is Daisy Gatson Day? It's observed every year, third Monday in February. Educational institutions, especially Arkansas, take time to incorporate activities throughout the history of the event of this activist who went above and beyond to make the world a better place. Many events have been held in her honor. I have no idea who the hell she is.
I don't know who she is either.
All right. Well, all right. So here we go, Chris. You got homework. Why can't we not get a Sportcat Day? Damn it. I need somebody to petition this.
Joe already gave you a Sportscat Day.
Yeah. Day of Restoration of the State of Lithuania. Yeah, then somebody took them over. Do a grouchy favor.
Wasn't us.
It wasn't us. Pertovich Day. Even Elizabeth Pertovich has a day. Family Day, Innovation Day, Islander Day, Joanna Lumum Day, Kyoto Protocol Day, Louis Real Day, Nova Scotia Heritage Day, President's Day, which we'll talk about, Shrove Monday, not Shove Monday, the Day of Illustrious Puerto Ricans Day, and it is Tim Tam Day. What the hell is Tim Tam? Uruguay Carnival and Venezuela Carnival Day. Well,
all right. We can go to that. We own it.
Yeah, there you go. Is a biscuit. It's a national treasure for Australians. So they have taken out one day on the calendar to celebrate Tim Tams.
It's a cookie.
It's a cookie.
Yeah.
Okay. So if any of the listeners want to send me a Tim Tam and Brenda a Tim Tam, I would love it. It's a cream-filled sandwich biscuit developed by Ian Norse, who worked at Arnott's during his trip to Britain. He tasted a popular penguin biscuit and planned to develop a similar sandwich biscuit for his company. They were launched in 1964 and named after the Derby horse Tim Tam. So
That's what they call cookies out there is biscuits.
Okay.
Don't ever
All
tell
right.
them that you're making biscuits and gravy for dinner, because then they want to know why the hell you're putting gravy on a cookie.
Yeah, well, the South, it confuses them. In the early 2000s, he launched a series of Tim Tams, such as double chocolate, dark mint chocolate, white chocolate, sweet caramel, and honeycomb.
Ooh.
Okay. Well, I have never had a Tim Tam. So.
Yeah, and their cookies aren't made with the same crap that ours is. They're actually better.
No kidding. Seriously, if any of our listeners want to send us one, get in touch with the station. I can get them to get it to me and Brenda.
I know some people from like the UK and all that, and I keep trying to get them to send me. I keep telling them, let me know how much it is, and I will send you the money. I keep trying to get them to buy me some goodies from their country and then send it to me so I can try real things, not poison.
Yeah, true. Yeah, American food is poison. They did a thing on diet Oreo cookies. Apparently, that's a new fad. And they took a blowtorch to it for like 30 seconds. And the stuff behind the Oreo caught on fire, but the Oreo didn't catch on fire.
Yeah, a lot of diet things are really bad for you. Really.
People eat that and they poop it out. All right. So,
yeah.
Hey, at least you know your poop isn't flammable, I guess. So, I don't know. Let's see. On this day in 1840, American Charles Wilkes discovers the Shackleton Ice Shelf in Antarctica. Of course, we talked about King Tut, and they were killed by a mosquito. Fidel Castro becomes the 16th prime minister. 2005, Kyoto Protocol comes into force following its ratification by Russia, committing industrialized nations to limit and reduce greenhouse emissions. 1938, Bringing Up Baby was directed and filmed by Howard Hanks, starring Katharine Hepburn and Cary Grant. Today in music, 1963, the Beatles' top British music chart was Please Please Me. 1926, Suzanne Legends defeats U.S. champions Helen Wilson in an influential tennis match in France. Did you know Pope Gregory the Great decrees saying God bless you is the correct response to a sneeze? Yes. Yeah. Yes, yeah. Do you know why that is?
They don't have a picture of him at all?
No, they don't.
Oh my God, Chris.
But do you know why you say God bless you?
Why? Because your heart stops when you
sneeze. For that 1 millisecond, your heart stops when you sneeze. Yep. So, yeah. Let's see.
And if you hold it in, you blow your asshole apart. So there's that.
I had a neck injury and I held in a sneeze at a doctor's appointment and thought I was going to die.
Oh, yeah.
I literally blew out a disc when I sneezed. I mean, it was already partially damaged. While I was there. I mean, I held a sneeze in the doctor's office and thought I was going to die. I was like, holy shit.
Damn, Glenn.
That's probably the most pain I've ever experienced in my life. They took me to the ER. They were like, well, you just bulged 2 discs. Do you know how holding a sneeze in is? I got this lecture by some damn ear, nose, and throat doctor. He's like, sneeze is over 200 miles an hour. And as a paramedic, you should know you can't stop kinetic energy. It's got to go somewhere. So you blew out your goddamn neck, son.
Yeah. Yeah, I turned out I used to, yeah, that's what you would hear. But then I found out that was harming me. And so now I don't hold it anymore. And now Jack yells at me and tells me I make too much noise when I sneeze. I can't win for losing. I just fuck it.
That's right. I couldn't sneeze without blowing out the back of my head. Yeah, you're right. This day in 1981, Arn Cheyenne Johnson kills his landlord and says the devil made him do it. 19-year-old Arn Cheyenne Johnson, no relation, stabs 40-year-old Alan Bono to death in Connecticut. He later claimed that he'd been possessed by a demon, which had previously possessed his girlfriend's little brother, and that the devil made him do it. All right.
But the little brother didn't do it, so why'd he do it?
Well, because the devil made him do it. He was sentenced to 20 years in prison. He just served 5, and his movie, his story came out as The Conjuring. The Devil Made Me Do It.
Oh.
All right. 2009, Travis the chimp attacks Carla Nash in Connecticut, owned as a pet by Jerome and Sandra Harold. Travis was only a baby when he was introduced to Sandra's friend Carla. Travis was almost another child to the Harolds. He would eat dinner with the family, use the computer, he loved porn, and reportedly loved baseball. In 2009, Travis escaped the home when Carla tried to lure him back in the house with a toy. He attacked her. The attack would leave her horribly disfigured and is considered one of the most brutal exotic animal attacks in history. Damn it, Travis. So do they have to shoot him?
I guess.
I need to know. What happened to Travis? Live in the woods down in Connecticut? Was he adopted? Oh,
he sneezed and blew his whole entire back out.
I need to know what happened to Travis. So, let's see. In 1996, 11 people were killed in a fiery collision between an Amtrak passenger train and a Maryland commuter train in Silver Spring, Maryland on this day. Okay. 2018, an indictment against special counsel Robert Mueller charged 13 Russians and 3 Russian companies of an elaborate plot to disrupt the 2016 U.S. presidential Olympics via a social media trolling campaign aimed in part to help Donald J. Trump win the presidency. So there we go. This goes back over damn 10 years. So let's see. The 47th day of 2026 and the 58th day of winter, even though outside it's like 70 degrees. So there you go.
I know it's 80 something here.
Yeah. Travis Tritt never went off, and people like that. He had respect for humanity. Okay. What has Travis Tritt got to do? Good comment, Chris. I have no idea what the hell you're talking about, but good comment. So President's Day 2026 is today, and if you're not in America, you probably are kind of confused about it. Well, President's Day started way back in the day as a federal holiday honoring the first president in 1885 because it's George Washington's birthday. It was celebrated on February 22nd, which was the actual birthday given. In 1971, under the Uniform Monday Holiday Act, it was moved to the third Monday in February, creating a long weekend and broadening public recognition to include other presidents, such as Abe, which his birthday is February 12th. So it does not designate the official holiday as Washington's birthday because, well, they've moved it, you know. Your birthday doesn't move unless Congress tells you it does. So.
Oh, my gosh.
But, President's Day, a day to reflect on many things in the evolving role of the executive branch from Washington's president right up through today. So, but for many Americans, it's known as the day to go buy a bed. I don't know why that is.
I once got a new puppy on President's Day, and I called him Harry Truman, and he was a little Shih Tzu.
Okay.
We used to
Travis the chimp had an attitude. Tritt doesn't. Just saying. Gotcha.
Oh.
Yeah. So we honor it to. It's supposed to be the day to recognize presidents like Lincoln and Washington. Well, all of them really. They all did important things. But now in America, it's well, yeah. Well, it was historic because they were president. No matter even if it was a man in a skin suit. But yeah,
I'm not talking about the old, ones that smelled like the old folks' home. I'm talking about the recent ones that we have had over the last 10, 16 years.
We've had some crazy ones.
We've had some doozies.
Joe Biden.
Yeah, we've had some
I wanted to
ones.
personally reach out to you and say thank you for your vote in our last campaign. We greatly appreciate your financial support.
Happy President's Day, Joe. So he probably doesn't.
I won. Oh my God.
Yeah, he probably doesn't even know that. So.
I'm Joe Biden.
Yes, Joe.
And Sportcat is my favorite radio dude.
Well, thank you, Joe. I appreciate that. So
Yeah. He doesn't even know who you are or remember, even after you tell him.
Hey, look, I'll take it. It was auto-pinned, okay?
Yeah.
Chris says Gerald Ford. You know, Chris, honestly, Gerald Ford was probably the best U.S. president we ever had.
He was all right.
Do you realize, and I'm saying that seriously, do you realize that, Brenda?
He was all right.
He didn't do anything. That's probably he didn't start any wars. He didn't send troops off. He had a pool built, which they raised hell about, and now it's been concreted in. But he didn't do anything. He knew he wasn't going to win because of what his predecessor had done. So he just enjoyed the house and the travel. And when it comes to making decisions, he's like, yeah, America don't care. Pass. Honestly and truly, he will probably go down as the greatest American history ever president because he didn't do shit. So, no, he didn't even use auto pen. He would just rubber stamp it and says, fuck it.
Yeah. Rubber stamp.
His short term in office, he literally did nothing. So,
yeah, well, you know.
Well, this comes from the Sun, which we know is a UK or newspaper, and the headline is "Over the Moon: The first of 3 new 2026 holidays for millions of Americans hits tomorrow." Some schools nationwide observe the Lunar New Year, which is February 17th. Several states have added it to the list of public holidays. It's a popular Chinese holiday, and it's been added to a lot of school calendars and state recognition. So it's one of the most important holidays in China. The Lunar New Year marks the first new moon of the lunar year and kicks off a 15-day celebration in honor of the upcoming year. 2026 is the year of the horse, one of 12 animals in the Chinese zodiac. So, Butch says, I'm sure you drove by his house in Alexandria. Who's that? George? I drove by George. I lived a block away from George Washington's home. So
I drive by Elvis's house here, and the one he had here when he was in the military. I drive by his house all the time.
Before he met Epstein. So
he would have been way too old. I'm just saying.
New York State is the first state to honor the holiday, and California declared it official in 2023, Washington in 2024, and they recognize it in closed schools to honor the cultural and religious diversity. How do you feel about that, Brenda?
Yeah.
Colorado and Jersey have joined, so we got a couple states doing it. So next, of course, is the Ida al-Adelpha. So it's the Islamic Festival of Sacrifice. And so now we're going to start adding that in. So,
oh my God.
I'm not making that up. That's actually true. So
you people do know that they don't think
have every day off.
People do know that they don't think that we should own cats and dogs because they should not be allowed to survive.
Well, and women should be covered from head to toe. I am personally against that.
Yeah, screw that.
And Florida is going to outlaw thongs. They're going to be the first state to outlaw thongs, at least in public, for bikinis. No. What's wrong with it? Well, I mean, there are some people, maybe they should outlaw certain people wearing it.
There is that.
Maybe that would be more appropriate. Yeah, they're going to outlaw thongs. So, but I mean,
I used to wear them under my clothes, but I didn't run around on a beach in them, you know.
I do not want to see your whale tail, Brenda. So.
No. This was when I was itty bitty, so shut the hell up.
Okay, so you did see that latest picture of you posted, didn't you? So
I think so. I think I shared it. I don't know what the hell you still.
Well, that was all AI. So, by the way,
AI hates me.
By the way, I had an intimate conversation with AI Saturday morning, or was it Sunday morning? Saturday morning.
I don't want to hear AI and intimate ever come out of your mouth again. It's
actually quite disturbing. If you want to have a conversation with your AI chat, whoever you use, Gemini, ChatGPT, ask it to analyze you based on your relationship, that things that you have done together. And holy shit, that thing was an hour spent talking to it was better than 6 months worth of therapy.
I haven't had one of those in 11 years. What the hell do you think it's going to tell me?
Wow. Well, it didn't mention, we didn't get into that. It may have said something about I had made sleazy comments to it, but you know.
I bet you did.
Yeah. If you want to find out how much the government knows about you, because it come up with things that I don't think I had ever shared. So it's like it's listened to our shows.
Oh my God.
Yeah. I should ask it about my relationship with Brenda. I should do that on the air. No, that might be creepy. So February 16th, worldwide, users shared that X was out. It's the 5th time since November. There's no explanation from X under Musk's ownership, but it went down and it went out worldwide. It started at 8 a.m. Eastern. It affected the app, the website, and, well, a broad swath of other things. Wonder if Grok went out. So details of the outage are being shared that it is out with the functionality, and even Grok. Ooh, Grok went down worldwide. So they didn't publish when they thought it would be back, but some people are saying it's come up. You said it came up for you. But others, people around the world. So there's been speculation because, you know, Musk has been public here more recently about politics that it was taken out by some type of cyber bullies or cyber terrorism, but nobody is commenting. So, but it's been out up and down since the end of 2025 multiple times. So
I don't know. Right now, everything in my area is so kooky. I don't even know anymore.
Well, you know,
I've been doing reading.
It is really scary when X goes down. People freak out. I mean, they really do. Like my daughter called me this morning and she's like, our internet is down. AT&T is down. I'm like, okay. And she's like, what am I going to do with Wyatt? I'm like, what do you mean? What are you going to do?
Read him a book.
Take him outside. Give him a Matchbox car. Let him ride his bike. She's like, but the internet's down. He won't be able to see videos or listen to me. I'm like, so, you know, so, I mean, it would be an inconvenience to me if it went out, but so, I mean, you know, so,
wow.
Yeah, she was freaking out. Didn't know what to do. She's like, we're going to have to get a backup internet. And I'm like, no, I'm not paying for that shit. So usually when it goes out, it's because like a telephone pole's been taken out by a car or tree or something, or somebody's digging and they strike an underground cable. You know, so even if you get backup internet, if a car hits the pole when your cable is
going to go out, yep.
It's still going to go out.
Or you could be like me and live next to a military base where they're blowing shit up all the time.
No, I grew up next to Fort Belvoir, so I would love to.
You know what, Glenn? I was thinking about this the other day. All of my life, I have lived next to a military base, if not on one.
Well,
all of my life.
You're obviously being picked up by the aliens. So
well, they keep bringing me back to this sorry ass rock. I don't know what the hell I did wrong.
They don't want you. They bring you back. Cedar Lake says, go to the park, put in a DVD. She would know what a DVD is. Wyatt would have no clue, or CD. So I remember we were moving from Tennessee and they found my stash of old 45s and albums. My oldest daughter was like, what is this? My younger daughter was like, the hell is that, Dad?
I know, right?
We used to actually trade them and take cassettes and record from them and play music and dance to them and FM radio.
Throw them at each other when we got pissed off. They were, throw them hard.
The devil made me throw my Kiss album across the living room and break it. Robert Duvall, he passed away yesterday, Sunday, at the age of 95.
Wow.
I remember him from his most famous roles in The Godfather, and for me, Apocalypse Now. So he's award-winning Oscar. He has been Well, he's been around in so many things, but to me, Apocalypse Now was one of his greatest ones. So I give The Godfather an okay, but to me, it was Apocalypse Now. What about you, Brenda?
Several different things. Apocalypse Now and the other one. What was the other one? Shit.
Godfather, To Kill a Mockingbird.
Yeah, there you go. The Godfather mostly I know him from because I've watched that several times.
Yeah, Godfather was good. Don't get me wrong, but Apocalypse Now was it Popeye? Chris says, didn't he play Popeye? I don't remember.
No.
I don't remember. I thought Robin Williams.
I thought Robin Williams played Popeye.
Yeah, that's a good question. So he graduated from drama school with Gene Hackman and James Dean. So here you go. Goodbye. Cedar says they'd rather watch Goodfellas, but yeah, he was 95. So all right.
Was he the third one? Because there's been a couple of them that have died already, and
Oh,
they
yeah.
usually come in
No,
threes.
they haven't counted. So, well, people up in Northeast are losing their mind because Maine Senator Collins, Susan Collins, U.S. Senator, is decided that she is going to vote for the new voter registration bill. If they ever come back, they're out this week, so it won't be today.
Or is she built funny?
No, I don't know.
She's real tiny, but she has really long arms and big hands.
I don't know, but
big head and tiny shoulders.
She's running for her 6th term in November. She insisted that the bill strip out a requirement to show proof at every election. I think once you get registered, it should be, once you get registered, that should be it. So I think they did strip that out. But yeah, I'm not a huge fan of the SAVE Act, but it's not going to affect me because, well, A, I have a passport, and B, my state is one of the ones that does the gold star. So
yeah, it was mine.
It's not going to affect me, but well, some states it will, because there's some states like Tennessee, for instance, they put a gold star on any of them, even if they ain't from around here. So yeah, there's going to be several states that it affects, and then some states didn't share the information. So Butch says that you are an alien, Brenda. So
but you weren't supposed to tell anybody that. That was private information.
You know that with you in Butch. But yeah, so she's upset a lot of people by saying that she's going to back it. She's the one vote that will push it to a tie, which means that the vice president will swoop in from whatever vacation he's on. I think he's still over at the Olympics. And so he'll have to come home from the Olympics to do his damn job and pass this. So I think there's going to be a filibuster. So he maybe will get some more time in at the Olympics. We'll see when they get back, but they got to get back first. So they won't be back this week. So they're on vacation. They're over in Europe somewhere. They go over to Europe and spend all of our money and give talks and speeches about things they don't have a clue about. Like AOC.
Yeah.
She was complaining to Germany that there was too many whites. I was like, that's probably not the right audience for that conversation.
I think when she was bartending, she had way too many shots of tequila.
Yeah, she was telling the Germans that whites were a bad thing. I'm like,
right?
Turn that shit off, Linda. I'm gonna get me a copyright bust. But yeah, I was like, that's probably the wrong audience to give that speech to. Learn some world history there. So Fetterman, well, he wants to know what's wrong with requiring an ID to vote. And well, 1 out of 3 voters wants to know that as well, because if you've polled pretty much the United States, it's somewhere between 75 and 85% of the people in the United States who have been polled said that they are in favor of requiring an ID to vote.
I don't like what this stroke has done to him. Look, he is wearing a suit. Chris is white. Yeah, right. Who the hell got him that suit?
Yeah, exactly. I've never seen him in a suit before.
What the hell?
But, yeah. So, but yeah, so he's saying what's wrong with it. We should have it. I don't know if he's going to vote for it or not. So, but he's backs it. So I don't know if he's committed. If so, we would need vice president to come back. So, but of course, we have some other people running around yelling that it's Jim Crow 2.0, Jim Crow 2.0. Here's the thing. If people went and looked at history and saw what Jim Crow was and compared it to this, you're comparing a grape to an orange. Yeah, so learn some American history. Stop just listening to the sound bites that some news organizations want to tell you about. Go do some American history and discover that it's probably a good idea we only have Americans voting in it. How we get there, yes, is controversial, but we only need to have Americans voting in the United States votes. Most other countries in the world do it. So,
wow.
So the question is, what is it that frightens Democrats? So
they lose a percentage of their voters.
Yeah, I think John Fetterman knows the answer to that. So
yeah, he does.
He's being what do they call it? They're putting him up against somebody. So over the weekend, Barack Obama may have violated some security things. Did you hear about this?
No.
He said that aliens are real. During a podcast interview, he said that aliens are real. Now, he also said that they're not at Area 51 unless there's some huge government conspiracy and cover-up not to tell the President of the United States. So, and if you go back and look at some of his other speeches, he has said the aliens control us. This was what Obama has said in the past. Well, after he created this stir during a candid podcast interview, he had to backpedal, and he says, now it seems hard to imagine Earth as the only planet in the universe that's home to intelligent life, calling the hypothetical moment we learn that it's not the case a big deal. So he's already started backpedaling, saying that, what I said wasn't exactly the way you took it. So the U.S. military does have plenty of files showing things that, we don't know what they are. We identify them as unidentified anomalous phenomena. One whistleblower testified in Congress that there's a whole secret program that has alien interactions, and they're attempting to make human hybrids. So Obama needed to clarify that he has never seen a real life alien, but mathematically it's hard to rule it out. So yeah. What do you think, Brenda? Obama let it out, and then somebody talked to him and he had to backpedal it. He said, I want to say I haven't seen them firsthand, but mathematically. So he said he was trying to stick with the spirit of the speed round, but since it's gotten attention, let me clarify. Statistically, the universe is so vast that the odds are good there's life out there. But the distances between solar systems are so great that the chances we've been visited by aliens is low, and no such evidence during my presidency. And hold on, let me bring Brenda back in here. The aliens got her. During my presidency, there's no evidence. I saw no evidence during my presidency that extraterrestrials have made contact with us. Really? So, what do you think, Brenda? The same person that got Fetterman in a suit is the same one that told Obama he better start backpedaling. So,
yeah, well.
So this comes to us from the AP. There is no clear path to ending the partial government shutdown. So White House has offered no signs of compromise, and the Democrats, they're standing strong. So this began on Saturday, and of course, we know they're out this week. They're out doing whatever they do in Europe, partying and giving speeches and making more money, which is illegal for them to come and use on their election, but yet they do it anyhow. Meanwhile, TSA agents around the country, actually probably around the world, are not getting paid. Federal Emergency Management Agency, FEMA, isn't getting paid. The U.S. Coast Guard isn't getting paid. The Secret Service isn't getting paid. Some portions of U.S. Immigrations and Customs Enforcement and U.S. Customs and Border Patrol. But the mission goes on with ICE and CBP. Because remember, they were pretty much funded through the big, beautiful bill through the end of this year. So fiscal year, which I think is October, maybe July. So the agents are still getting paid, but it's a lot of other people in there. So there's no way for them to get out of this. They come up and said they wanted them to wear body cameras, in which they were like, cool, give us the money. They did. They give all agents body cameras, and they're like, well, we don't want them on all body cameras.
Yeah. They figured out how much that cost, didn't it?
I think the Democrats have put themselves in a bit of a pickle here by standing on this. Saying they want want DHS to act like police. Well, they're actually post-certified, which post-certified means Police Officer Standards and Training, which is a national training that they have to go through. So they're federal officers. So they're in a spot here, and everybody's like, how are they going to get off of this? Because some of their demands we've really already met, and others, they want them to act more like local police officers. And well, they do have the same standards and training. They've talked themselves into a real circular conversation here. And how are they going to get out of it? So we'll wait and see. Politicians always have a way of weaseling out of it, whether they're Republican or Democrat. So we'll see. Over the weekend and overnight, we boarded a second tanker in the Indian Ocean, which we had tracked from the Caribbean. So we've tracked it, and we've now boarded it, and, well, it's ours. We've put a U.S. flag on it and said, this shit here is ours. So we've got another one. So it was carrying 1.9 billion barrels of crude oil at the time of the departure. So I would believe that it was headed to either Russia or Venezuela. So we were like, nope, it's ours, bitch. So we took it. We'll see how that fares out, but it's ours. Remember last week, Bad Bunny.
Oh my God.
Well, the FCC has translated it and said that they didn't do anything wrong. And they've watched the video, and they said that it was appropriate for the time slot it was in, and with the disclaimers that it was for mature audiences. So it was not inappropriate, and there will not be any FCC intervention, despite Republicans bitching. So, now, one thing that it did do for the United States that was really good, Puerto Rico's travel and tourism is up by 295% after the Bad Bunny concert. So that was kind of cool. Like it or love it, which I wasn't a fan of it. I think if you go back and listen, or you're a longtime fan, I didn't like it because, well, there was no English in it. I couldn't understand it.
Next year we can put Kid Rock up there and listen to the left cry.
The NFL will never put Kid Rock up there.
Why not?
You've lost your mind if you think they. Well, remember they took what was it, Hank down from singing the Monday Night Football song because of some of his. Yeah, they never will do.
Well,
that,
of course, because anything American should never be in the NFL.
Yeah. Well, whites are bad. AOC tried to tell the Germans that. I would have liked to have been a German history student in the room and saying, "What the actual fuck is she saying?"
I know, right? Excuse me? What?
All right, Brenda. A site of elementary school was sprayed with radioactive fracking waste. A whistleblower is saying that it's not an honorable thing that they're doing. It's bad. 600 elementary school students in Texas play on fields where a whistleblower says there was once tons of radioactive waste. Lee Oldham, a 52-year-old former waste disposal worker from Cleburne, Texas, on the outskirts of Dallas-Fort Worth, has blown the whistle in Texas-based publication Barbed Wire. He details how he went from waste handler to corporate whistleblower, and he's had some pretty bad things happen to him. But he said that Oldham has made his living dumping, drilling contaminated mud and contaminated fracking dirt into North Texas through the Texas State Oil and Gas Regulation, even though it forbid them from doing so. But they found that since 2016, they've been actively pumping off radioactive mud into the ground in North Texas. So Dallas-Fort Worth is host to somewhere between 20 and 60 million tons of waste that was dredged up. There you go, Brenda. So there you go.
Quite far away from me, like almost 5 hours. So, okay.
I don't know. Pleasant View Elementary School, K through 5, is built on a field where he and his coworkers used to dump it all.
Well, I'm glad I didn't move to Pleasant View.
Yeah, here you go.
I looked at a place out there, but I'm glad I didn't move there.
Glow in the dark if you're in Pleasantville.
All right.
All right, we're going to have to talk about this. I don't want to talk about this. This is the Eastine. What do Lewinsky, Monica, Maggie Thatcher, Elvis, Cher, Bill Cosby, and the Pope have in common? Any clues, Brenda? Their name is in the Epstein files, and according to the FBI, they released a 6-page letter over the weekend with all those names on it.
Okay.
So if you want to see the whole thing, you can go to Zero Hedge, and they have them listed A to Z.
Elvis is quite older than Epstein.
Yeah. Well, what about Marilyn Monroe? Michael Jackson, we're going to talk about him. He was supposedly dead. So Pam Bondi, her name even came out in there. Bono, Cory Booker. I mean, there's all the Bushes. Junior, Jeb, they're all in there.
That don't surprise me one bit.
Chelsea, Bill, Hillary, George Clooney, Kurt Cobain. After his suicide, he was on the Epstein file. Afterwards.
After his suicide.
Yeah. So, so what the FBI did?
Who made this?
This list is made by the FBI. It has both Sarah and her dad, Huckabee, on there.
Of course.
Let's see, Klugman? Jack Klugman? No. Okay, I misread that. So yeah, all these people are on there. But here's what they did. They took a list. They told basically the computers to take out any name that was in the Epstein files. And so the name could have just appeared in an email. It could have been a search query made, which like JD Vance's could have shown up in that way. Mark Zuckerberg from just putting together the AI and Facebook stuff. So they put together this query of names, and they just went A to Z and made a 6-page list. If you were on the island, you're on the list. If your name was mentioned in an email, for instance, if they mentioned me, my name would be in there. So basically, this is, in my opinion, how they are tainting evidence.
That's retarded. Yeah. I mean, who does this?
Because, well, Pam Bondi and the FBI. And this is my way, the way I'm viewing it. This is the way of tainting the evidence, because you've got Democrats, Republicans, you've got historical figures, entertainers, you've got all kinds of people on this damn list, and people who we don't even know who they are, but rich elite people we obviously know. But the list doesn't say what they did. It just says that they were in the files. So in other words, if your name was mentioned in an email like Elvis, if you're Marilyn Monroe, obviously the Pope, not the current Pope, like John Paul, back like 3 popes ago. They put your name on this list. To me, this is just my opinion, but this is just like watering down the rest of the files that are not released, because there's still like a couple million pages that aren't released. And this is their way, I think, of just making the whole thing tainted, because now if you just read headlines, well, Trump is on there, JD Vance is on there. Oh, they're bad. Marjorie Taylor Greene, they're bad. They're on this list because the FBI put it out.
But yet Marilyn Monroe's on that list, and she wasn't even alive.
John F. Kennedy is on the list, for Christ's sake.
Oh, for God's sakes. Oh, my God.
So, yeah, John McCain, he's on there. I mean, this it's crazy. This list, like I said, zero hedge, A to Z, you can read it. I think, what did they say? It was 600 names, 300 names. But yeah.
And you know what?
It doesn't say what you did. It just says that somehow you either searched it out on an official DOJ computer looking for the pedophiles, the pizza eaters, the island partiers. You were on a plane. You were in an email. You received an email. You were carbon copied in an email. Your name was mentioned in an email. So basically, they just told this. Now, this isn't like official press release, but basically, they just told AI to take every name listed in the 200 million files and print them out alphabetically and put them in a Word document.
Now,
that's
this
basically
is how
what
we
they
get this information. So
that is exactly, and the Republicans are doing that.
Well, oh my God, is Pam Bondi and
I found out she's actually
the FBI director. Are they sleeping together or something? I mean, did they get drunk one night on a drunken stupor?
I think her and Trump have hit bumped uglies.
Well, what I'm saying is the two of them had to have been partying and got drunk when they came up with this idea. They must have just
this is horrible. This is horrible because you're just tainting evidence.
Somebody bucked too hard, hit up against the desk, their ass cheek landed on the send button. I mean, there's got to be a better excuse for this, you know?
Well,
just saying.
They said Congress wanted it. Here it is.
Oh, well, so
this is what Congress did.
Everybody's involved.
Exactly. Like I said, this is just watering it down. So
watering it down? They just faked the whole damn thing.
Mm-hmm. Yep, 300 prominent names. So, and they're calling it. The media's run with it. They're politically exposed. But how they got this? They just did it all records, documents, communications, investigative query. And it said AI put those names together.
Chris, he would have to wear a mask over his eyes.
There's an 8-year-old child that was attached to the puppy, and the 8-year-old child wanted it back and had to go to court to sue her, and she countersued them.
What? What?
Yeah.
He took a dog from an 8-year-old?
A dog from an 8-year-old, yes.
Oh,
yes.
Somebody set that bitch on fire.
Yes.
Oh, that's ridiculous.
I mean, she may be pleasant on the eye, but I don't know.
Oh my gosh.
And then one of the 2013 emails asked, is Michael Jackson back from his vacation? So
oh, really?
Yeah, he died in 2009. And see, and then they also did this. They also put this out there with photos. I didn't run this story. If you want to see it, it's all over other media. There are pictures of them removing the body with office materials in a black van, but they had a fake body that they took out in the white van. And that was totally separate from the body that FDNY treated and transported. Do you see what I'm saying here? They released this. They listed there was other bodies that weren't Epstein because they wanted him to go out in the black van.
I have to tell you that he is still alive.
Oh, he's probably
still alive. Tupac is still alive. Would you like me to continue? Because
Tupac is still alive.
Charlie Kirk is still alive.
Well, that doesn't surprise me at all because his wife is crazy. So
she wasn't really even his wife. Come on, Glenn. Do you not have the scoop on this?
I don't follow it. I saw what happened and I was like, no. You're going to tell me he was shot by a bullet, and yet he was shot in such a way that caused this blood to gash, which you saw visibly before he fell to his left. But yet when they carried him away, there's no blood.
Nope, nothing.
I know all
He
about
was
that.
shot out through the artery. That shit should have exploded. It should have been running all down his
Yeah,
nice white t-shirt.
he had a super spine that was made by kryptonite or some
And that
shit.
poor kid never shot
Mhm.
him. It was a noise that went off in the background, which was they were trying to blame on a drone that his wife's mother made from Fort Huachuca, Arizona. And yeah. Okay, whatever. Look over
There's
here and not over there.
Yeah,
Y'all
there's enough
were just
conspiracy to go out there with him. I don't believe he's
wake
dead.
up. No, he's
No,
not.
I don't believe he's dead, but I don't know where he is. So, and he left a pretty hot wife. So, whatever. I don't know.
Oh no, that bitch. No.
She's suing the vice president, so it's okay. So,
I think they're brother and sister. So if that's the case, there's a problem.
yeah. So of course, this got MTG, Marjorie Taylor Greene. This got her going off. The former Georgia representative. She is now demanding the DOJ publish all files associated with the disgraced financier Jeffrey Epstein that mention her name released without redaction. So she's publicly going on here and saying, all right, bitch, you've put my name on this. I want to know how.
Okay.
And I don't blame her. I don't blame her.
Let me tell y'all something. Don't go by any list. Don't go by this. Don't go by that. Tell them to break out those damn videos and everybody who was in those videos, because that is what Epstein did. He blackmailed people. That is what his job was, to blackmail anybody who was there. And they weren't at his island. They were in New Mexico on his fucking ranch, you bunch of idiots. Fuck.
No, I don't buy that, because some of the victims have said they were put on the island and all the ways of communication were removed, and they lost all their IDs and passport and all that. So I believe they were on the island.
Oh, the women. You're talking about the women, right?
Here, if you want to settle this controversy, the women that would like to come forward, and apparently there appears to be multiple ones, why don't we bring them forward and let them testify?
Because
and they can give you the real names.
You have to prove they're the real people. They've been having people step in for them too.
Oh, I know. You won't go. Yeah, because there's people that aren't of appropriate age to have been involved in this. No.
Right.
So yeah, I mean, there's like people who physically wouldn't have been born by the time.
Let me rephrase that. A lot of the children were kept in New Mexico. And there is underground from New Mexico all the way everywhere.
So, but yeah, they have screwed this investigation. The investigation was screwed up under other administrations, but this one is just so.
They should have let Nick, you know what? They should have let Nick Shirley head it up. They should have let Nick go after it. It'd have been done, solved by now. We would have known everything that was out there. They should have let Nick do it.
All right. Well, let's get you pissed off on another thing.
Oh, God.
Hillary Clinton, she's back in the news. She has broken with she's over there in part of this thing with the Democrats. She's one of the public speakers over there. Anyhow, Hillary Clinton breaks with party line, admits mass migration is disruptive and destabilizing. After U.S. Secretary of State Mark Rubio spoke on Saturday when he said the exact same thing, Hillary came out and echoed that, admitting that illegal immigration went too far. It is disruptive and destabilizing. Okay, well, that was when your party was in power there, Miss Clinton. So.
Well, way back when Obama was there, well, first off, he ran on immigration. He was against it. And he deported like 3 million people. Yes. And then Hillary had made a comment that if you come here and your child is born here, they cannot stay.
Yeah.
Okay. They have all gone in on this, but because it's Trump, now it's bad. And that's what's wrong with society today.
Exactly.
They have taught him, aren't mad bad. So yeah, that's why it's a problem now.
Well, The elites are using illegal immigrants as pawn worldwide to gain control. Even Cesar Chavez fought against it, pointing out that it was an attack on the locals. And if we look in the areas, it's California, Nevada, Texas, Florida, Georgia, Alabama. Up in New England, it's New York, Vermont, Illinois, Minnesota. These are the areas that they're putting in to disrupt the locals. It's all intent. It's all done.
There are people that have come here legally, and it really slaps them in the face for all the hard work they've done to come here. And it pisses them off. And I don't blame them, really, because it pisses me off too. You're going to come here. We don't have a problem with that. Come
at the fire station. At the fire station, we had people from Nigeria, Costa Rica, I think Venezuela even. Everybody that came here legally hates it. Hates it. So Denise says that her mayor in New York City wants $10 million brought back to the city.
Oh, you can have all the rest of them over here. Leave, Denise. Run. Come to Texas, Denise.
I think he's actually filing a suit to do that through the court system. So crazy.
I don't know. It is. It's nuts.
This comes from PJ Media. The Czech officials send Hillary Clinton crawling back into her box of wine. Did you see any of this speech?
No TV, no internet all weekend.
Oh, yeah. Well, during one of the speeches, she got up there and was talking about all the elites and stuff. Well, a Czech politician was commonly sitting beside her during his time, and she kept interrupting him. And he was saying that you took this woke culture in importation, not deportation, too far. That's what the Democrats did. And then she turned it around, saying that the Ukrainians were fighting for American freedom against Russia, what we should be doing. Wait, what? He just kind of looked at her.
I'm for the old folks on there, Hillary.
He was like, no, that's not right. I live over here. I know what we're doing. Yeah, so he put her in her place and told her that the woke culture is over. You took it too far, and most people are tired of it. So you can look at it online. It was an interesting speech, and I'm sure it'll be spun by other radio stations that it was, what the hell did I just do? That it was a total win for them. But here we go. Let's look at this from USA Today. This came out this afternoon. Obama says Democrats need to be practical. Now, he didn't talk about immigration. He approached homelessness. He said that he is urging Democrats to change their approach on the issue that many people, American citizens, don't want to navigate around a tent city in major urban areas. Morally, ethically speaking, it is an atrocity that in a country that's wealthy, we have people on the streets. We should insist that policies recognize and be basically the full humanity. So he's even backpedaling on this, but he calls it homelessness. So
our government is building new apartments and stuff to put our homeless people in.
Yeah, the average person doesn't want to navigate around tent city, and the party won't have enough local support if they don't tackle the problem. It says it doesn't really care less about these folks. It means that we really care more about them, but we need to figure out how to get it and gain the majority of support again. So even he's saying it. Homelessness is, he's calling it homelessness, but he's talking about immigration too, because if you look at a lot of these places, it's because of the immigration policy. So
ours is for homeless veterans and actual homeless people, which if they keep raising my rent, I'm going to go live there.
I think that, I think that's been a problem for years. I mean, I've worked on the streets with it. So what the answer to it, I don't know. I mean, I could give some hints. They probably wouldn't be politically correct, but yeah, some people want to be there. I'll leave it at that. So
I've run across a man who served in the military, and he came home and he lost his wife and his daughter in a car accident. And he had such a problem with PTSD to the point where he couldn't live indoors. He preferred to live out in the tent. And he still got a check every month, and he took care of himself, and he went around the neighborhood and did things for all the neighbors. And he was a really nice guy, but he could not live inside.
Yeah, we used to pick up on the streets in Atlanta. It was a guy and his dog. The dog was taken care of, was well groomed, well fed. He was always clean, but he would have attacks where a mania would kick in, and the dog would basically wrap the leash around him, and somebody would call 911 eventually, and we'd end up out there, and we'd take him and his dog, and he'd go get some medication and calm down, and then he would get back out on the street. He said he didn't want to be in a home. He wanted to live on the streets.
Yeah.
And I've run calls like that in Tennessee and in Virginia. So yeah. I don't know how we tackle the problem. I really don't, but it does need to be addressed more. So the sheriff says that we are getting closer to finding out the answers, even though he had said previously that we could be years for this investigation. So now they're disputing a burglary claim about the disappearance because there's been speculation that it could have been a burglary gone wrong. Now they're saying, no, it's not a burglary gone wrong. And they clarified details on the clothing for the suspect because, now they've broken it down. They tell you where the damn thing was bought. So,
his backpack, Walmart.
Yeah. Trump says he wants the death penalty for the abductor. Well, I guess that'll be up to the court system. And here's my point. They got so many pictures of this guy. Why can't we scan it and make a 3D sculpture of just a head and then go through putting hair, eyes, mouth, nose, lip, mustache with AI till it comes up with something?
Yeah.
So now they're saying they may have used a signal sniffer, which that means digital technology. Basically, that's what they're also called stingers, where the computers capture all the phone data, text, audio, video, anything that goes out, and they capture it. So we'll see. But so far, she has not been found. She doesn't appear to be home. I saved, of course, now TMZ today received a fourth
one.
note.
Yeah, I've seen that this morning.
Yeah. And they're saying they will give TMZ money if TMZ pays them. So they don't know if it's a scam or they're investigating that. But here's the one that got me. FBI seeks, this is the headline from Reuters, FBI seeking DNA match from the glove found near the house. It was found like 2 miles away in a ditch. Now here, though, the FBI says they've obtained a DNA sample from the glove that matches, not the glove, that matches the masked prowler. So that is kind of them giving away their hand a little bit by an early hint. If they know who the DNA belongs to and found a match, then they have a name.
Yeah.
They have a name. They have all the intel. So they're saying it's a match for the masked gloved prowler. So
wait. So they're saying that the DNA matches the glove and the mask, but they might not have that person in the system.
Well, but how do they know it matches the person in the mask then?
If they found the mask and they found the glove and they match, then that would be a match, but it wouldn't have a suspect if it's not in the system. That means they found the mask, Glenn.
But still, how can you say that wasn't some kid who wore it on a school bus and some bully threw it out a school window?
the mask and the glove out in the middle of the desert in a ditch?
I don't know. We're grasping at straws 3 weeks in.
Well,
But I mean, I just don't understand how they can say they have an absolute match on the DNA with the masked person. If that tells me you know who it is, you don't want to tell us.
Yeah, they had to have said that wrong, or they think that we're dumber than what we look.
Well, there is that.
Because I mean, if the
we get to zip through this here real quick because we're running out of time. Border Czar Tom Holman says that he doesn't like masks on his officers either, but they have to protect themselves, so they will continue wearing masks. Chuck Schumer is going to fight Jim Crow 2.0, even though 83% of the Americans are saying, no, you're an idiot, but he's going to fight it. Wonder why? Oh, he'd have to let go of power. Detroit police officers are being targeted by the department if they cooperate or coordinate with ICE in any way, and they will be brought up on charges through internal affairs.
Quit your jobs and go work for ICE. They're offering $50,000.
In LA, they have been installing sirens, air raid sirens that they will set off if they know ICE is in the area.
Once again, Gavin Newsom.
And I want you to pay attention to something. Look at the color. That's going to be a headline here in the very near future. Pink. Pay attention to the color. Whistles are pink. Sirens are pink. That's going to be put off. Spokane, Washington, they are defunding the police and giving it to migrant families. They're giving up to $10,000 per family if your relatives have been arrested by ICE. So the money is going from the police department to $10,000 each to every illegal deported's family. We talked about this. They're unpaid, DHS and TSA, so flights are being delayed, so they're unpaid. Arctic Sentry, well, NATO's woke up and realized that Russia is trying to do some things up there, and so now NATO is kicking in F-35s and JS-39s and all kinds of people, and we're training, and they're being more of a presence up there. Let's see here. Donald Trump has been given 4 demands by Israel's Netanyahu that he must meet, or Iran and Israel won't go to war. So Netanyahu needs to go away. We'll get into some sports news real quick. Canadian Olympics. Who knew that curling, which I joke about, is so politically charged? Well, now there's been 2 counts of them touching, what do they call it? The rock. And they've had to burn the rock because players have illegally touched it. The stone. You can't touch the stone. And now they have 2 cases where the Canadians have cheated touching the stone. You're not allowed to touch it once it's released. You can brush front and behind, but you can't do it. Chicago PE teacher has had a devastating career blow after he was on a Thin Blue Line page, and his comment on Facebook was, "Go Ice." Well, he'd been employed with the school system for 14 years as a PE teacher, and he was terminated. And he's now been doxxed by locals, harassed, and had to consider moving because he posted on a page, "Go Ice." Yay. Simpsons last night, well, they had their 800th episode. Go to E! News. They've got a great story here about Groening. There is no possible end in sight. They have signed deals and they have no idea when they're going to end The Simpsons. Not anytime soon. So,
I can't believe that those kids have not grown up yet.
Well, he says they do it on purpose. That he resets after every show for a new storyline. So there you go. Winter Olympics star, well, he got mad because he did not finish and he threw his sticks, what do they call them? The ski sticks up in the air, and he walked off, crawled under the whatever that is, meshing guardrail, and laid on the snow and cried for his DNF. He was later saying that was bad sportsmanship, and he apologized that he was overwhelmed. So, well, he DNF'd. Who won the 500? Well, it was kind of somebody you didn't really expect. Tyler Riddick. He won with the Toyota Camry XIE.
Until this shit gets fixed over here.
Brenda's going to order her chair tomorrow, and she'll be mobile and moving around by then. So we'll get Brenda back on the road. I'm going to be taking Ginger to the doctor, so I will not be here tomorrow. But you can if you want to hear me, because, I mean, really, why wouldn't you want to? You can find me. No, that is not what I wanted. You can find... Jesus Christ, what am I doing? You can find me on the Thin Line Rock Station tomorrow from 12 till 2, spinning records. So you can catch me there. And let's see. I think that's it. We'll be back on Wednesday unless something crazy happens, but we should be back on Wednesday. You can go to Facebook and find the Sportcat Daily Gazette group. In case there's a change, I'll post it on the Sportcat podcast show page and to the group. Otherwise, we plan on being back here Wednesday. So just tune in to me at the Thin Line Rock Station, www.thethinlinerockstation.com from 12 o'clock Eastern till 2 o'clock Eastern. So, and me and Brenda will be back Wednesday, hopefully.
Bye, everyone.
All right. Everybody have a great day, great night, great morning to you, whatever part of the world you're in. Sportcat, Brenda, we're getting out of here. It's lunchtime.
Crazy jokes, no bunker, just views. A quiz in history, weather on the scroll from Greenland to the galaxy. They've got every goal. Laugh at fear, let the world do its thing. Sportcat's Gazette, it's the chaos we sing. Sportcat's Gazette, don't bunker tonight. We're riding the headlines with laughter and light. No prepping for doom, we dance in the fray. Sportcat keeps us laughing through the end of the day. Hey, NASA aboard.